everyone and welcome back to my channel and my very naked face. It has been cleansed but nothing else has been done to it yet today, as you can probably tell. I feel like it's been so long since I've sat here and done my makeup in front of the camera. I think it was my Christmas Day makeup, which was months ago. So I feel a little bit out of sorts. I'm filming downstairs and we've got natural light. I'm in the very back of the house where it's there's lots of windows and doors, and it's a gorgeous blue sky out there today, so there shouldn't be any cloud cover. The lighting shouldn't change in the time that it's taking me to film this video. Fingers crossed. So today we are on our way to Manchester. I'm filming this on Friday. I forgot to put my wedding rings back on. I've gradual tan this morning and I've not put these back on. Okay, I need to grab those. We are heading to Manchester to go and see Michael McIntyre. I've just quickly curled my hair. You know when you feel like you've given yourself loads and loads of time and then you have no time left whatsoever? I'm kind of doing two things in one here because I need to do my face for the day and I also need a video. So I'm going to just show you my current everyday makeup routine. I'm just going to go and wet my beauty blender and clip my hair back, and then we'll do skincare before we start on the eyes. Okay, so now that I look even more fetching than I did before, I'm just going to take one of my simple makeup wipes, which I just used to quickly. I've already cleansed my face with the Glossier Jelly Cleanser this morning. But just to kind of go over everything, and I always use one to take off the foundation from the back of my hand, so I need one anyway, so I might as well just quickly give it a bit of a wipe. I feel like I need to apologise to Caroline Hirons every single time I do this, because if she could see me now. But I don't use them to take off my makeup or anything like that. I just use them really quickly. I mean, do what works for you, it's your face. When I said I was doing skincare, what I really meant was I'm just going to pop on some priming moisturiser by Glossier, because actually I don't really have a lot of time to do like a full eye cream. I've been using the Origins Ginseng under my eyes recently, and also the Paula's Choice Vitamin C Serum, but that can get really messy, and I just need to do this kind of super quick. It's kind of the makeup that recently I've just really, because we've been doing the house up, like the kitchen and everything, when it's come to me actually getting ready, I've been so last minute, so I'm literally reaching for the stuff that I can just grab really quickly. Like I've not even been priming the past few weeks, priming my face before foundation. So this moisturiser is kind of a 2-in-1. It does make my skin feel really moisturised, but it's also leaves the skin a little bit tacky, which is obviously really good for makeup application. So this is where it gets a little bit up close and personal. I'm going to take my MAC Painterly Paint Pot. I'm still going through this. It's the only eyeshadow primer I ever use. I've got them in different colours, but this is my favourite because I feel like it's the closest one to my actual eyelid colour. And then I'm just going to take this on a cream shader brush from Zoeva, a little synthetic brush, and pop that on my eyelids. I can't use my fingers because at the moment my nails are a little bit too long, so it just gets all in my nails and it's a little bit gross. So the eyeshadow that I'm going to actually be putting on today, if you've watched me for a while, you will not be surprised by the eyeshadow combination I'm going for, but this is genuinely what I've been using every single day. I've just gone back to kind of like an old favourite eyeshadow look. It's really simple. It's using kind of cheaper eyeshadows, which is always a bonus. As I say, it's nothing new. I did kind of veer off for a little while and I was using different palettes and different shades. I went back to MAC Woodwinked for a while. I was using my Morphe palette, is it the 35T palette, which is more kind of like purpley tones, but then I just always go back to these eyeshadows, and you will not be surprised when you see what I put on my face. I'm going to take one of my favourite blending brushes, and this is the Zoeva 228 crease brush, and I'm just going to quickly use this shade up here. Yes, this is my Makeup Geek palette. Were you surprised? And I think this is Vanilla Bean. Yes, Vanilla Bean. It's just a matte bone coloured eyeshadow, just to set where I've just popped that primer, just so it doesn't crease and it gives me a bit of a base. Next I'm going to take this shade here, which is Peach Smoothie, which is my favourite shade just to kind of start off an eyeshadow look. I just feel like it gives me a little bit of confidence if I don't quite know what I'm doing, kind of, you know, what look I'm going for. This always gives me somewhere to start from. It makes the tiniest of difference. I just start every single eyeshadow look 95% of the time with Peach Smoothie. And I just blend it a little bit above my crease. Now mine is Hit Pan. It's probably had about 6 different eyeshadow colours mixed into it since it's been in this palette because it's just messy, but it still does the job. Speaking of messy, this mirror that I'm using, I actually can't see anything in it at all. I think I cleaned it with a makeup wipe the other day and that's just a bit of a rookie mistake, wasn't it? This weekend we're going to Michael McIntyre tonight in Manchester, as I just mentioned, and then Tom's actually running the London Marathon, so as you're watching this, this should go up about 9 o'clock, all being well, on Sunday morning. And as this goes live, he will be on his way, he should already really almost be there, to where he has to go to start the marathon, which is really scary. He's starting from Greenwich. I'm sure a lot of you are bored of me piping on about this now, but he's never run before. He's not a runner. He just decided he wanted to do it. He wanted to do it for charity, so he's raised the money for cystic fibrosis, and he's doing it. He's started training in December. He's done amazingly, and I don't know how he's managed it. And I am having nightmares about it already at the moment, and I feel more nervous for him than I think he does for himself. Next, I'm going to take this shade here, which is Bitten by Makeup Geek. These eyeshadows are about £5, and they are literally the best formula of eyeshadows for on a budget that I've ever used. And all I do, I'm really messy with this. There's no kind of technique involved whatsoever, because it's just what I do when I get ready for the day. I don't spend hours and hours on my makeup. I can do this whole look, if I'm concentrating and I'm being quick, probably in about 20 minutes. So I don't think it's too bad, to be honest. I just kind of slap it all on and hope for the best, which I feel like is quite a good motto, and one that I'm gonna have to get used to when little one arrives. Just build up the colour on the outer corner. I tidy it up as I go, so I'm just going to take this blending brush that I first used with Peach Smoothie and just kind of blend the two colours together. Then I'm going to take this shade down here at the bottom, which is a gorgeous rose gold shade, and I take this on my finger, which is getting a little bit more difficult to do now that I've hit pan, but this is Grandstand, and I just use this over the top of my lid, and I use my finger because I just feel like it gives me a little bit more pigment and it's just quicker. There's less brushes to wash. Next, I've been taking my Too Faced Hangover X primer, which I've just been using as a primer, a refresher and a setting spray, and I've been using this as a primer because it's quick and easy. I'm going to use my beauty blender to apply my foundation. It's what I do every single day, and at the moment I'm using the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow foundation, which I've just actually bought a backup of because I'm going through this so quickly. This is the shade 202 Creamy Natural. It's a gorgeous foundation for just every day. It blends into the skin beautifully. It doesn't sit in any fine lines or creases. It just wears beautifully throughout the day. One of my favourite things about this foundation is that it's the right shade for me, which makes such a difference, because it means, I mean, obviously I've put on that gradual tanner this morning, so I might have to bronze a little bit tomorrow when it's developed a little bit better. But it just means that I don't have to faff with mixing foundations, which I quite often do. I just know that this is going to work. It's really nice coverage. It can be built up. It's not too expensive, although I feel like I've gone through it quite quickly. I would really recommend it. I'll link it down below. It's exclusive to Amazon at the moment. You can't get it anywhere else. It used to only be available in the States. So we're actually staying in London for 2 nights because we need to stay before the marathon, because obviously Tom's got to be there really early, and then we're staying the night of the marathon as well. And I'm going to vlog all weekend, so that should be up. The vlog from the weekend should be up on Wednesday. I've not vlogged in ages. I've been vlogging a little bit today, and I've got back into the swing of it, to be honest. It's amazing how much you it's like riding a bike, I suppose. Eyebrow time. I'm using the L'Oreal Brow Artist Expert pencil at the moment, and it's shaped like the Hourglass one that's a little bit angled. It's quite thick, which I don't normally tend to like. I prefer the thin kind of pencil ones. Now, the last time I used this, it turned my eyebrows red, but I'm not sure whether it was because I'd managed to somehow dip it in my eyeshadow or something like that. So we're going to give it a go today and hope that it doesn't turn my eyebrows red. I literally had to take them off last time I used this pencil. Seems okay today. Yeah, we're fine. I literally had bright purple eyebrows, and I was running so late and I had to take them off and reapply them. It was actually the last time I did my eyebrows using this pencil. I was in, is it going red already? This is turning my eyebrows red again. Must be the pencil. I've never noticed it before. Then I'm going to set those in place using the Glossier Boy Brow. This is the clear one. I'm just going through this one, but I do have one of the brown ones to try next. So hopefully that should add a little bit of tint, whereas this one just sets them as they look, but they don't budge and it doesn't go crusty or anything like that. I'd really recommend this product if you're after a new brow gel. While you're still zooming in close, I might as well just finish off my concealer, which I only really pop under my eyes. This is Tarte Shape Tape and I use the shade medium, light even, and I can't seem to want to use anything else. I actually placed an order online with Tarte. They had a 25% off family and friend discount, and I think because I'd ordered from them before it came through my emails. And I made my order. I ordered 2 of the Tarte Shape Tapes and 1 of the blushes, and I got sent a completely different thing. I got sent a little mini trio gift set of lip products, which was lovely. I didn't know whether it was just a perk. I mentioned it on my Instagram stories. Turns out that actually it was just they'd sent me the wrong order, and I got an email yesterday because I contacted them to say, I'm just wondering whether this is my order. I've not had a dispatch confirmation. Could you please let me know like what's going on? And this concealer just brightens my under eyes and makes me look so much more alive than I was without it. Anyway, they emailed me back last night to say that sorry for the mistake. They wanted me to send them a picture of what had arrived. Then they said, we're really sorry for the mistake, but they can't reship international orders, even though this package came from somewhere in Milton Keynes. So they must have, or the Midlands, so they must have a warehouse here that they dispatch from. They're unable to reship international orders and they've refunded my order. Which, you know, I'm glad that they've refunded it, but I've not got the concealer, or I ordered a mascara as well. It doesn't look like I'm going to be getting it, which I was really annoyed about, so I've emailed them back, but whether I look like a big potato talking to you this close, whether they will honour it or let me, I asked for a discount code so I could reorder, but whether they will actually do that or not, I doubt it. Next I'm going to take this magic of a powder. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush million word longest title in the world face powder. I wear the shade 1 and I really like this because it's kind of finely milled, so in fact it's very finely milled, it feels like silk. It doesn't crease under my eyes and it also still allows the glowiness of the foundation to come through. It doesn't make me look completely matte. So I kind of pop it everywhere, but I concentrate it here where I'm putting my bronzer so my bronzer sits nicely, and then around my nose and my forehead where it always comes away first, or I look shiny first. That was the Real Techniques B01 powder brush, by the way, my favourite one at the moment. I'm going to finish my eyes. I'm just going to take one of the brushes that I already used and just pop a little bit of shadow underneath, because I don't quite feel right without doing that. This is just the excess that was on the brush, but I might have to go in with more. I'm still using the Monsieur Big Lankin mascara, which I really didn't like at first, but now it's really grown on me and I really like it. I feel like it does everything I want a mascara to do. It adds length, but it's also really volumizing. It's not the easiest to get off and it's not waterproof, but on the other hand of that, it means that it lasts all day. It doesn't crumble. I don't find it like down my face halfway through the day. I don't like it on my bottom lashes. Sometimes if I'm being lazy, I'll just pop a little bit on my bottom lashes, which I might not have to do today. But I do find that like by the end of the day, my under eyes can look a little bit black. Just a tiny bit if I've had it on all day, especially if it's been raining or I've had watery eyes. For bronzer, I'm going to take the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Bronzer in Luminous Bronze Light, and I've mentioned this in my favourites and I feel like I've harped on about this a lot, but it is so beautiful and I went from just using it on special occasions. I mean, we're going out tonight, so it is a bit of a special occasion. I'm not just staying in my pyjamas, but it's one bronzer that I know is going to work and is going to look nice, not make me look muddy, sit on the skin beautifully and last throughout the day. I'm not used to doing my makeup in this light, so it's a little bit hard to see how much I'm popping on my face, but hopefully I don't go too overboard, although I do kind of like to look a little bit bronzed. I'm still using my Zoeva 90 Luxe Grand powder brush, which is my favourite for bronzer. This is probably my favourite product of 2018 so far, this bronzer. That's quite a claim. For blusher, I've gone back to an old favourite. This is MAC Harmony, which is kind of a little bit brown toned, but I really, really like it. I feel like it's not quite summery enough yet to bring out the old peach blushes, and this just adds a little bit of something, a little bit of colour to the cheeks without looking like you've got really rosy pink cheeks, which I'm not really a fan of, because sometimes I can go quite red underneath my makeup. I feel like it doesn't do me the most justice. For highlighter, I'm still using Jouer Citrine. I can't put it down. I also can't really hold it up to show you because mine is shattered a little bit, which I've heard that since they've changed the formula, they can do that in the pan a little bit more, which is a tiny little bit annoying, but it's still gorgeous. I can't put it down. It just sits on the skin like a cream highlighter would. It doesn't emphasize any texture. And it just gives you the most gorgeous glow. I don't know if you can see that. I hate doing that with highlighter. Then I've been running down that down my nose and then also popping a little bit on my Cupid's bow because I just feel like it adds a little bit something extra. And then because I'm going out tonight, I'm also going to pop a little bit of it right in the centre of my eyes, just to make, that was a little bit too much, just to make my eyeshadow stand out a little bit more. Last but not least, just before I set my face, I've been using the NARS. There's quite a few, I feel like there's quite a few NARS products. Nope, this was the only one. Okay, I've been up since 7 AM. I clearly need to go back to bed. This is the Bahama Velvet Matte Lip Pencil, and it's just something that I quickly grab and pop on. It's a really nice shade. I'm just going to quickly spritz on some of this just to kind of melt it all together and hope that it stays in place for as long as it possibly can. And that's everything that I've been putting on my face recently on a day-to-day basis. I do have that first impressions video on the way. Because I've been in such a rush today, I want to give that like my full attention and really focus on the products and what I think about them. Whereas today I thought I'll just put stuff on that I know works and that I can quickly do so that you can just see what I've not done an everyday makeup look in months anyway, and I feel like a lot of products have changed. I really hope you've had a lovely weekend, that you enjoyed this video, and I will see you all very soon. Thank you for watching.